Okay, so I'm a bit excited. We both are.
A little bit.
We just we in fact streamed it. We reacted to the Nintendo Direct that just happened. Literally, it finished 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, very recently.
We were pretty unimpressed with all of it, up until the very last announcement that... Oh no, potentially chuck that reaction in here real quick. Are getting anything for Zelda? You're really upsetting me.
Long ago, there was a land called
Hyrule?
created by beings of super
Wait, what? Hold on. This looks new.
Oh!
edge of this
Hold on. Wait, it's fucking...
It had the second song.
But it could... That's a Deku tree, but... Hold on.
quietly watched over the inhabitants of the forest.
This better not be like some like weird
Come on,
deviation
please.
just referencing.
Please!
That looks like that kind of looks like
That's the
the
bloody elf.
Kokiri?
Lived out their innocent.
Yeah, fairy companion. That's bloody...
Yeah, sure.
However,
What is
there
this?
was one particular boy
Yeah, this looks like some deviation from it.
who did not have a fairy.
Or is it what?
Nah, come
is-
on. This guy's gotta be... You cannot do this.
This
It's not gonna be a
looks so-
remake.
This thing.
Oh!
What the? Wait. Well, he looks so different. What the?
Thomas! It's fucking
I'm
happening.
reserving. I'm reserving my screaming until like we actually see something.
Oh! Let's go!
What the fuck?
That's
What?
fucking... That's bang!
Oh, shit. What?
This year!
20.
Yeah,
Holy
but-
shit. Immediately, we were just like, yeah, we need to do our podcast episode right after this and talk about that.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time remake.
Not only that-
Yeah.
It looks good. Like, it's not just like Breath of the Wild style. It looks good.
Yeah, I haven't rewatched it, and like my brain, there's too much processing in my brain. So we're gonna get into that, and I'm gonna like rewatch it. We'll look at sort of frame by frame on the side shortly and talk everything relating to it. Holy shit!
Yeah, I'm looking at the frame, dude.
Average day in December is gonna be fucked.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Because they also said 2026. So I was like,
Yeah.
if they said 2027, I'm like, I just know that's December. But yeah. So, anyways, before we get into that, no, it's well, it only just hit when it's only been 2 days. So how's your week been? How's your day been?
Got food poisoning. Let's go.
and I've been sick with the cold and barely recovering from it now. Sweet.
There's one way to bloody perk us up. Jesus.
You know.
That sickness was that was us paying the price. So like, something good's coming. You gotta bloody make it. You gotta bloody earn it.
Yeah, no. Watched 12 Angry Men last night. That was good.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Xbox thing was after. Was that the only announcement thing? I feel it was something else, but I don't remember. No, yeah,
Well,
the
that
Summer
was
Game
what-
Fest. I
Yeah.
don't know
So,
after that.
no, we didn't talk about that. We just
Yeah.
talked about PlayStation. So Summer Games Fest, the Xbox One, whatever one the Godzilla game was announced in,
Yeah.
and then now this Nintendo Direct. So I guess we'll just breeze through the other ones. Godzilla Destroy All Monsters remaster, bloody awesome. Not quite on the level of Ocarina remake, but it's still very cool. Like, I'm very excited for it.
Yeah.
What else? Spyro 4 got announced.
Yeah, Spyro
Translucent-
4. And I'd randomly thought about it. I'm like, the wavelengths will die.
But yeah, Translucent Xbox for the first time since the bloody first one. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Bloody cool. Like, I'm not going to get one, but it's awesome. Anything else of note? Not really.
Well, for me, they showed the first bit of the third Final Fantasy VII part.
Oh, did
which is
they?
The final part, yeah.
Okay.
Revelation. It's called Final Fantasy Revelation. Cool trailer. I haven't played the second part, so this is like it's the sort of thing where it's like, I don't care about Final Fantasy in general. Final Fantasy VII Remake is the sort of the niche range of like, oh yeah, it's sort of good enough to capture my interest. But even then, it's still only on like a certain level. Like it's not like S tier gaming or anything. But it'd be cool to have the story finished, and it looks cool. So
Yeah.
yeah,
for sure.
and yeah, the Toy Story 3 remake thing or whatever, the remaster of that.
Yeah.
They showed another trailer for Fable, or another trailer or two actually for Fable and Halo. Halo's coming out next month. That's cool and exciting. I'm definitely getting that. And yeah, Fable. I think they just showed the villain, and they said that they were delaying it. So just looks fun and cool. I'll definitely be picking that one up. That'll be a bit different.
Yeah, sweet.
But yeah, so
I gotta be honest, bloody the whole Nintendo Direct fucking evaporated from my memory after that last minute.
that was just a trail. No, I don't even what. So yeah, well, I suppose we'll get into the talk about it.
Actually, real quick, I watched Iron Lung, didn't like it. Anyway, let's go.
Yeah, like love and respect, Mark. The movie, you're just like I'm not. Yeah, no, whatever.
Yeah, no. Well, the color picker and Da Vinci Resolve to make the blood red. Those are no fucking. That's very obvious. Anyway, let's keep going. Nothing much else to say there.
Yeah, but I will say, like, very quick with that, I'm like, that's cool. Like, I great respect that he did it. Yeah, love you, Mark, whatever. Looking at Obsession and Backrooms and like their budgets, I'm like, yeah. Well,
there's this new film coming out. Something about separation. It's got a $10,000 budget. So
yeah, well, fucking. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So because we haven't said anything to each other about like obviously a lot of exasperations and exclamations.
Yeah, please make sure you include that reaction because that's bloody phenomenal.
And but we haven't obviously
we haven't talked about
positive reactions, but
yeah, we literally jumped off and we're like, all right, quickly get some water and get ready, and we're recording a podcast, so we're fresh. It just happened.
Yeah, so
both of our lighting is probably going to be bad because we're going to be switching in between.
yeah, the lighting's going to be a bit like that. Well, yeah. So, firstly, should we? I think we should just get all of our thoughts out as like, and then we'll like go frame by frame, I guess, listen with the audio or something.
Frame by frame on the
maybe.
3 that we got, yeah.
Yeah, because like, yeah. I don't know about the. Yeah, we'll figure it out as we go, but we'll just do a bunch of bloody talking about it first. So, it's Firstly, it's happening. I again was worried. There were so many leaks about a lot for a while, and the last like 3-4 months, it was just more and more of a rumor, and then there was a thing being like, no, it was just to bloody get the leakers and sort of expose them or whatever and all that. So like I was like, oh, that actually sounds pretty plausible. Damn it. Yeah. But I was like, not that it's fully out of the realm of possibility, but and the last like 3 directs that you and I have watched, super unimpressed. Yeah, even 90% of this one.
Yeah.
And yeah, and then I think we will watch. I'm gonna have the audio off, just to not interfere with what's recording here. But and then it comes up with a tapestry. I'd imagine, Jordy, you'll just follow along roughly with where I'm going at, so you can look at too. Yeah. So yeah, the first thing, saw a tapestry in a castle. I didn't immediately think Zelda, because I don't think they built it up at the end where they were just like,
no,
here's our final announcement, bloody. I don't think they. I don't know if they.
Well, see, what clued me into it being Zelda was the Triforce on the gate and the Deku tree. It wasn't just the castle.
Triforce on the gate. I don't see. Yeah, that's kind of subtly, okay.
Yeah, and
that's a bit hidden there.
Yeah,
well, yeah, like, firstly seeing this, I was, like, a bit zoned out. I was like, oh, but here we... Because I was really hoping they're going to be like, all right, celebrating the 40th anniversary of Zelda, because there's still no 40th anniversary announcement and stuff, so hopefully we get something soon. Here's the thing. I realize... because I'd imagine, again, this would be probably November, December. If you told me just any time ago, there'll be an Ocarina of Time remake and a Zelda movie within 6 months of each other, Excuse me.
Yeah,
Excuse me. The fact that I can say those words and that they're official,
yeah.
that we're getting an Ocarina of Time remake in months, and the Zelda movie in less than a year. Dude. Genuinely, I'm not even joking. With the wait, but also like the possibility, we really haven't seen anything at all in the grand scope of either. But I'm like, genuinely could be my favorite movie and favorite game of all time. Like Ocarina obviously is, but like this iteration.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fucking what?
Mask
I
of Dreams.
post credit scene. Imagine. Anyways, so yeah, so this first frame here, didn't think it was Zelda because I was like, there's no tapestries in Zelda, and especially Ocarina, right? I'm like, there's no tapestries, and also there's I'm not going to listen to this with the audio this run anyways, but there was the voiceover, so I'm like, oh, is this okay? It's not like a okay, and the tree on the left there, I'm like, obviously it's the Deku tree there, but I'm like, that's a very different look because like the beard thing going on and like just how it looks, and he was a bit blurred to the side. So I was like, okay, is this like some Fire Emblem? It was like, and then I saw Hyrule, or I heard Hyrule. I was like, wait. And you'll see it in the reaction. I was like, wait, Hyrule. so obviously it's Zelda. But I was like, is this? And then I think it did the do do do. I think.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
hold on. But I was like, it sounds like the bloody MP3 sounds are so ingrained in my brain. I'm like, it sounds quite like an ocarina, but a little bit like it could be like a flute, and it's like, well, that melody is in a few of the games, so it could just be carrying over. And then playing it forward a bit. And just talking about stuff, a little bit of a slow pan with some effects going on. Just showing a castle, so I'm like, oh, yeah, obviously it's just Hyrule Castle, nothing too crazy. And then it pans out to the Deku Tree, and I was like, wait, the Deku Tree? So I'm like, okay, that... Obviously that's, like, to me, I'm like, is this some, like... With how it's talking, and, like, just, playing a bit more, I'm like, okay, it doesn't look one for one like the Deku Tree, so I'm like... Immediately, I'm like, is this some, like, I don't know, just like deviation where it's like, oh yeah, it's in the same timeline as Ocarina, but it's like some, like, so I was thinking along those lines. And then it pans over. Yeah, and it says, these forest dwellers were called I didn't hear him say Kokiri. So I was like, oh, Kokiri, oh. And then you sort of see it. It kind of looks like Saria with the fairy there, or like something. And
Well,
you're
the fact
looking
they
at
have
this,
fairies at all.
yeah, and firstly, the visual effects of this is great. But here's the thing, right? Like, showing this, I'm like, wait a second. Yeah, if this is Ocarina, because I wasn't like 1,000,000%, yeah, this is Ocarina yet, obviously, because I'm like, Kokiri, I actually don't think they've been in many games. I think they've been in maybe one or two others. And the only time one of them was in Wind Waker, it was like basically a ghost, because that's like set in the future. So that was like that kind of thing. So I was like, okay, is this like, I'm definitely like, okay, it is, but I don't want to get my hopes up because, like, if I was like, oh, it's Ocarina, and then they're just like, the flute of fucking forever. I'm like, yeah. Like, cause if I thought that and I was let down, no, I would fucking, like, it'd be cool, but I'm like, my heart would have sank a bit if it wasn't.
Yeah.
So then it's like, yep, cool. But like, in hindsight, thinking of this, I'm like, oh, the Deku Tree looks very different because he has like more of a beard thing going on. I don't know if it's just a stylization for the tapestry, or if...
Well, I think it is because look at Link. Like when it gets to him, that's not what Link looks like at all. So
yeah, obviously it is to an extent, yeah, for sure. And then it says, but then this bit, however, there was one particular boy, and then this bit here, I was like, hold on. So I'm like, who did not have a fairy, and I was like, okay, that's Ocarina of Time Link, but the imagery that I'm seeing is so different that I'm like, okay, this sounds exactly like Ocarina, what is he wearing? That's different. And also, it's still just a tapestry with the voiceover. So I'm like, is this some weird deviation? Or like, what is this? Because like you look at him and it's like that's very different, and it's sort of like you can see him in there, but at a first glance, I'm like, okay, that's a bit different. Um, but yeah, sounds like him cool, and all the audio just sounds cool. And I was like, really, you could not, with such a simple thing, you could not build more anticipation within me. And then it fucking crossfades into that, and what a brilliant crossfade too. I'm just looking at it now. And then it crossfades. That's when my eyes fucking, anime eye fucking widening. I was like, I genuinely don't think I've felt this emotion where I'm like, in one singular frame, I don't think I've had so many thoughts pop in. So immediately, firstly, it looks great.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it's not the Breath of the Wild bloody style.
Yeah, same.
Like, that looks great. I'm just a bit over it. And especially for Ocarina, I'm like, I think there's more you can do. But looking at this, I'm like, wait, hold on. This single frame has such an implication that it's like, this isn't a 1-for-1 remake. This is like Final Fantasy VII type shit.
Yeah.
Because like looking at this, what is Link wearing? Doesn't have his hat. Yeah, he wears his hat the whole time, even when he's sleeping. To be fair,
maybe they just take it off a bit. I don't know.
Yeah, like you'll probably put it back. Oh yeah, no, because he's wearing it in the tapestry. He'll obviously still have his hat, but I'm like, he's not wearing it this time. Some people wear hats, anyway. But yeah, but like some like sort of armor sort of thing, and like the texture of his thing, and his bed and whole thing looks very different. So it's like, okay, it's not just like model change with a bit of a different texture to his thing and all that. It's not that. It's like, okay, this is like an extra layer or two. Very different vibe and aesthetic with the whole thing. So it's like, and then that's all they show, with like a bit of a zoom in and all that, showing the Triforce and a little bit of an animation. Just a close up of his hand,
and then the title,
and just the detail and like the bed that he's on there.
Yeah,
and then and obviously in this it's like, this is Ocarina, and then they show that Zelda silhouette sort of thing, and it's like, but you don't see the bit under, and then it fucking blasts. It's like Ocarina of Time is like, bloody. My reaction was bloody. Sully, Monsters Inc. is like, but he passes out, whatever that. So a bunch to talk about here, Jesus Christ. So, okay, so here's where we're going to get to the fucking analysis. So, I'm just going to have it on the frame where he's in bed there. So it's fully confirmed now we're getting the game. Brilliant. But since like the tapestry thing, I was thinking for a second, I'm like, is this trailer specific? Like, is this just like a tapestry thing just to be like build up for a trailer, or is this actually like the beginning of the game? Which technically, I suppose that is unconfirmed, but Nintendo usually doesn't do that deceiving stuff. I feel it's usually like, that's in the game. But I suppose we don't 1,000,000% know. But let's just assume it is in the game. It may not cut directly to that scene. It might be like more of the flashback stuff, but they just cut to this to, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Yeah. The storytelling could be completely different. You don't know.
Well, the intro to Ocarina, like you could do that with tapestry because it's very vague imagery and obviously it's outdated. So I'm like, you could just turn that into a tapestry and give it some extra flair that way. I wouldn't mind that.
You definitely could. And so looking at this, I'm just like, my brain was overwhelmed with like, okay, what are they doing with this in a very good way? Where I'm like, the whole game is going to be different. And a game like Ocarina, I could close my eyes and play the whole game, get all the bloody things, listen to the whole soundtrack, all that kind of stuff. Ocarina of Time is my favorite game of all time. It's the first game I remember playing on the N64 when I was a child, and I love the 3DS remake. I've played the game like dozens of times, and I got Geordie into it. Geordie can tell you all about it. And so looking at this, I'm like, okay, this is because like the remake happening at all. Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. That's happening. But yeah, now we know that it's a complete deviation, where it's like voice acting. So, and just based on, I'd imagine it'll be the same amount of voice acting as Breath of the Wild, where it's like there will still be bits where it's like just text popping up, but in the cutscenes it's going to be dialogue, which immediately makes me think like, all right, is Link going to talk? Because he was just silent in the game, but he's still, you know what I mean? So like, they still could work around that. Not too worried about that.
Well, yeah, Ocarina is one of the ones where like it's confirmed he talks, like canonically.
Yeah. So no one knew, if it was going to be like your Final Fantasy VII remake, kind of like remaster, where it's like, fully different mechanics and all that. Same story and all that, and like locations, but done in a very different way. And yeah, just based on this, I'd imagine, like, I doubt they would show voice acting, the tapestry, and like this very different thing and be like, no, the game's the exact same. It's just bloody, yeah. It's like, there will be voice acting just based on this, which just inherently just makes you think like, okay, like there's going to be a lot of restructuring to the cutscenes just for the dialogue, because I feel you can't have a lot of the original. I mean, you could, yeah, I feel you could, but it's like just what, and how much are they going to expand it? Are there going to be new songs? Are there going to be new, because a lot of people complain about the original game for being like, there's not too much to actually like explore in Hyrule and quests and stuff like that. And also like, rupees, it's like, there's not actually that much to spend them on. And like, when you get all the gold sculptures, it's like, what can you spend the money on? So it seems like there's going to be a full rework of that. And to be honest, that's super exciting, but I'm just like, I'm not like doubting this game. This isn't a negative feeling per se, but I'm just like, I'm unfamiliar with this then. Am I gonna like this as much? And like, how far, like, is this, like, how drastic is the change going to be? It's obviously going to be different and fairly different. Is Hyrule going to be like 10 times bigger? Just twice as big? Same size, but more to do? And how different is everything going to look? Because this is a fully different direction. Because you know how like the original game was like, limitation of the time, and then the 3DS version, that was a lot more accurate to the concept designs.
Yeah.
Like in like the actual like that was actually like how it was meant to look originally, but they just didn't have the time. Yeah. This, they're fully different direction. Link doesn't look like that.
Yeah.
Your turn.
Alright. Just when will we get a good game? I get what you mean. To be honest, I was only expecting this, if that makes sense. Like, in my head, I was like, there's no way they would do an Ocarina, like, release again if it's just going to be like the 3DS but 4K textures. Like, they just wouldn't. That seems so stupid. Like, they would be hurting their own reputation at that point.
Yeah. In hindsight,
and
that makes sense.
And also, like, they got to release, like, they released the Switch 2, they got to show that off. They haven't really done that yet. There hasn't been a game that's like, this is what the Switch 2 can do. And if this, like, yes, this is a cutscene that is most likely just a video rendered. Like, I doubt any of that is in-game. But I'm like, if that's even, like, if the game is even half as good as this, like, that's pretty good for a Switch game, Like, that's pushing the limits. Maybe not half as good, that's probably a bit too drastic, but you know what I mean. Like, this looks extremely good. So if the game is like even anywhere near close to that, like that's going to be the flagship. This is what the Switch 2 can do. And similar to how Breath of the Wild was for the Switch, I guess. Like, I know that came out on the Wii U, but you know what I mean. Like, there's like, the Switch can do this? Wow. And then Tears of the Kingdom is probably a better example. It's like, wow, this is what the Switch can do. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that, and also just like seeing the aesthetic. Like, dude, this is so up my alley. Like, it looks like I fucking comped this shit myself, dude. Like
Yeah.
everything. I'm like, this looks so good, and I'm like imagining the title sequence. Like that already looks beautiful on the 3DS one. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
imagine that.
I wonder if it's going to have the one for one
It has
title
to,
screen.
dude. It has to. Like, if they're gonna do one, if like they're gonna deviate this much, they got to have the title screen be the same. It's too iconic.
Yeah.
Not to. But yeah, like imagining going around Hyrule just in general, like the market, the castle, Temple
Well,
of Time,
Market Town,
dude. Mar-
Market Town is very hard.
Yeah, legit, dude. The Gerudo Desert, bloody, like it has so
The
many
Gerudo
unique locations.
themselves.
Fucking, I'm not seeing Tom for a month. He's gonna come back. He's gonna have bloody one fucking little He-Man arm and bloody fucking lose all his weight. Bloody nah, that shit's bloody Quagmire for Family Guy. I don't know if you've seen that, but yeah, no, bloody the potential now that I've like now that there's a point of reference and it's like this is what this looks like. Imagine what the rest of the game's gonna look like because this. When you think about it, they've put a lot of, like, yes, you'd put a lot of detail into this because it's the first thing you see, both in terms of trailers, it's the first thing they've shown us, but it's also the first thing you see in the game, you know, like, that's where you wake up and everything. But I'm like, you never go back there. Like, and like seeing what they've done to the place and the detail they've put into it for a place you never go back to, what the fuck is the rest of the game going to look like? Like, dude, imagine leaving Kokiri Forest and going out into Hyrule Field for the first time if this is what his hut looks like. Like, imagine the fucking... Nah, it's going to be insane. I'm just so excited. And, like, the aesthetic changes, I think they add to it, personally. Like, I love the simple style, but to me, I'm like... Fucking the 3DS version's always going to be there. Like, I want something, you know, fresh.
That's what I want to say a small note of, is I'm like... It doesn't discredit that 3DS version then. I'm like,
yeah,
if you want to
exactly.
just play a better version of the original, there you go. That being said, I do hope that just gets like a console port at that point. Though.
That is true, yeah. It is a bit annoying having to play it on DS. Like, having the option to play it on Switch, yeah, that'd be cool. But I'm like, looking at the detail they've put into it, like, his tunic is made of grass, he's got like the leather armor, you know, the bed just has so much more detail. It's like, they've actually put thought into this. It's not.
It also just intentionally looks like nighttime.
Yeah, and like I wonder if they're gonna change because Kokiri Forest is like, Kokiri Village or whatever you call it, bloody little green like piss filter over the whole thing, which suits the environment. But I'm like, I wonder if they're gonna change that for like this blue moonlight sort of haze, which I personally prefer, but you know it is very different. So I'm just excited to see more, dude. Like I can't wait.
Yeah.
And the fidelity on Link's face is insane.
Yeah.
Look at how bloody detailed his face is.
Yeah, again, like, this is like so much to chew on, but also literally nothing in the grand scheme of the whole game. Like, I'd imagine the game is obviously going to be a bit of a big, like it's more exciting because like it would be. I still would have liked it if it was like, yep, 3DS remake, but a bit more polished. I still would have really liked that.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's this, I'm like, I get to explore a whole new version of this where it's like the same but not, in like hopefully a very good way.
Dude, if they land it right, it genuinely this is like you're gonna feel the same feelings you had when you were a kid again, because it's like you know, I mean, not quite as much, but like it's a new Hyrule, everything looks different. Like this is probably how you imagined it as a kid. I'm like, that experience is gonna be insane. Obviously, they need to land it right, but I mean, I have faith that they would. They've done it before. I don't know why they'd screw it up this time. You know, I don't. It's so cool. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I got some fresh air just before this, and dude, I nearly teared up in the bloody outside. I'm like, it's real. It also just felt so relieving though, because I'm like there was so much hype, but also so much worry and doubt that I was like, it seemed too good to be true, and all this and that, and especially like a reinvented remake version. I was like, oh my god, it's real.
Yeah. I'm looking at the title now, dude.
Yeah, that's one thing. We'll talk about the
Jeez.
title. I suppose I didn't talk about that.
So it's the new. I mean, obviously it's all pretty similar, but it's like the Breath of the Wild version of the title, right?
Yeah. So this title here, I have some things to say. I don't love it. Obviously the original is very iconic. But looking at this, okay, it's very modern.
Yeah.
Zelda, obviously. This, because obviously it's gonna be accurate. The Master Sword is different. I don't know if Geordie knows these things. I don't blame him if he does, but if he does, that's cool.
I'm comparing them right now. I'm looking at it.
Yeah. So the hilt is more purple than blue, and it doesn't actually have the bit past the gold diamond thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I'm looking
That
at it now.
that was introduced Twilight Princess onwards.
Yeah.
So obviously there's that. Hylian Shield obviously looks just ever so slightly different.
Yeah.
But then you get to like the text itself, and the original's like that striking red and all that. This is the very close to that Breath of the Wild sort of feel, where it's like a bit worn looking and flatter. My thing with this, I kind of would have liked the text to be a bit more of a 3D rather than like
Yeah.
a flat with texture.
Yeah.
I think that would have helped me a bit. Still cool and all that, but the original was just like bloody striking and iconic. But this is like, okay, well, the Master Sword's going to look like that now, which is just one for one, like and all that kind of stuff. Because I doubt it would be different in the game than it is in the bloody logo.
Yeah. No, it'd be the same.
So we're in for a fucking remake and a half.
Well, yeah. Personally, I like the standardized Bloody Master Sword, like the modern one more. Just feels more detailed and cool. And it's what I'm used to the most.
Yeah, well, that's the way to go.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I'm just.
How is
Everything
Old Link gonna look?
Yeah, though, that's.
Is he gonna still have like the trouble? And that tells me too. The Goron tunic and the Zoro tunic is not just gonna be blue shirt, red shirt. That's probably
true,
gonna
yeah.
have some different
Like its own
tribal thing going on.
and yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And I wonder if there'll be. I doubt there'll be any more outfits, probably, because what would you need them for? But you never know.
I mean, you never know. You could have a Gerudo one. Like, I don't know. My hope for this is that they make Ocarina of Time, but mix in a bunch of elements from Breath of the Wild to really expand it. Like, bigger Hyrule, more to do, shit tons of side quests. Like clothes to fit different areas. Like, like a Gerudo one. Obviously, we got the Goron and the Zora one. Maybe have some decorative ones that don't really do anything, but they just look different. Like, something from Hyrule, something from the Royal Guard, something like that. Just more. Like, I want more to do. Because as much as I love the original, that is my one thing. Is like, I played that and then just never touched it again. Like, there was no point to it. Whereas Breath of the Wild, you can play that for so long after finishing the story. Like, once you finish the story, there's like a whole new adventure of just free roam stuff, and that's what I want out of this. Like, I want the world to be so packed that we can just like run around and do whatever for hours.
And hearing you say that, and again, you don't really think things until you experience it or get any perception of it. And I'm just like, again, them doing this full kind of remake, it's like, that just adds value to the other versions. And it's like,
exactly.
If this was, again, another one where it's like, just an enhanced 3DS version, that would have been awesome and everything. But it's like, all right, we're really seeing a lot of this iteration of the game where it's like literally the exact same world and everything, just looks a little bit better. But this really refreshes your palate. And if you want to just play the original, play the original. So like, it really just adds like that, respect.
Yeah.
And also, dude, the fact that this, I don't know how soon, could be years. Well, obviously it would be years, but so no idea. But if they're going to be doing this kind of remake for this, does that mean that in 4 or 5 years from now, we're getting that?
We get what? Hold on. Are you showing?
True, you're not seeing me. So I'm like,
that'd be cool.
because like it's a pretty
That'd be fucking
iconic
terrifying.
two-parter.
With nah.
Yeah, that game I feel you'd really fuck with the aesthetic of that and the bloody remake if
Yeah,
they did that.
dude, 100%.
But I don't think it's 100% guaranteed. But I'm like, I mean, like,
The hope's there, yeah.
it's a sequel to the original that was very successful, and regardless if you like it as much, it was still very successful, and it's a very strong entry that is a continuation.
They could also just work out the kinks, because a lot of people have issue with the gameplay and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
that one could really be like, all right, this is the definitive version. And yeah, like it got a 3DS remake, the same as.
what the fuck is Jumpy's belly gonna look like?
You see, now I'm realizing all the scary, dude. I'm realizing how scary the game already was. Like the bongo, bloody all the skull chillers, bloody. Yeah, fuck. But here's the thing as well. I'm like, I hope they don't like censor stuff, and like that's why I'm like, I know they'll be very faithful and everything, but I'm like.
The fairies.
I do probably feel there will be a few things that I probably am like, yeah, I don't know if I like that direction they went with a few things, depending on how big they go. But it'll still be awesome to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's gonna be fucked. Because everyone says like Majora's is the darkest. It's the most depressing. But I'm like, how dark, Ocarina is underestimated.
I feel like, from what I've seen, Majora is just the most consistently dark and scary. But it's like, Ocarina has some pretty scary shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my kind of thing with that too, again, like, I've talked about before somewhere, but it's like, Majora's Mask, it's like depressing and scary all the time. So you kind of like, it's a kind of level. Ocarina, there's moments of happiness, so that when a scary thing happens, it's like, oh shit. Rather than like a, constant, like, like if you didn't have relieving bits in a scary movie, when a scary thing happens, it's like, oh. But yeah, so like, some things are gonna look fucked. I wonder how Ganon's gonna look. And there's so many things that they can expand upon. It's gonna be very curious to see. And I'd imagine it'll be a live orchestra soundtrack. I'd imagine. Because it's live for Breath of the Wild and that, and Skyward Sword.
You'd imagine so, yeah.
Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Within 6 months, we're going to have that.
Yeah, well, now that we know to anticipate that, we're going to be tuning in for all the bloody...
oh, yeah, dude.
Because what did he say at the end there? He's like, yeah, we'll talk about it again in like a month or two, or... like
something like that.
There'll probably be a specific one for it.
I was too busy pissing my pants. Sorry.
Yeah, no. But yeah, there's so much they can expand upon, and it's very exciting.
Dude, this is gonna be a game where I'm intentionally gonna go and look at like, well, the Ocarina of Time remake, but Nobody's Home. Those edits where it's like it's just the environments with some like peaceful music and stuff.
Yeah,
like the Springfield at night. Those ones. Where it's just like like it's gonna be that sort of dude. The Great Fairy, the Fairy Fountains, Death Mountain, Hyrule Field.
Ooh, Great Fairies.
That's what I was saying. They're going to need to be censored probably. But that being said, the Breath of the Wild ones are kind of crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to say with that, kind of like what you're saying, but it's like, you look at Ocarina of Time. Like, yeah, the 3DS remake was great and everything, but just look at the original. 30 years, or nearly 30 years later, and just look at how popular it still is, and they barely need to talk about it or anything. And the amount of videos, the amount of mods, the amount of like speed running and all that kind of stuff, and just the aesthetic videos as well, where it's like I'm subscribed to a couple of them where it's like just like a POV shot in a location. It's just like just the ambience to sleep to or whatever. Dude, you look at all the content there. A remake like this for this. Fucking flood amount more content moving forward that's really endless in the community that it's in. I wonder what the posters and promotional art's going to look like.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
Because again, I literally have 2 Ocarina posters here. That's for the 3DS one, and that's for the original game. I'm like, that's going to be really cool and unique to see.
Yeah.
because I'd imagine it'll have a pretty different aesthetic. So I'm very
I
curious.
know for a fact I'm losing bro for like 3 weeks at least when he unlocks Kakariko Village.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
Imagine that, just Eternal Sunset, bloody windmill.
Yeah, I just
fuck.
know. Again, because I hope they keep certain things true enough to the original, where it's like, yeah, when you walk into a town, it stays that time of day. But we just don't know. That's why I'm
Yeah.
like, I hope there is a heart of like keeping it the same. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. You don't want it to
Like,
be.
yeah, like I don't want this to be
Yeah.
now. Lincoln needs to eat food to bloody, and you can
Yeah,
bloody
you
pause, and you can get stamina bars, and bloody this like there might be stamina in these like, but I'm like, all right, yeah, like there is a level of like carefulness of like,
Yeah, I
you
do
know,
agree, yeah.
so I do hope like there is. I'm not exactly worried, but I do want reassurance, like just because I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be so awesome to just like stand in parts of Hyrule Field and just watch the day and night cycle. Like just look at the whole surrounding and be like, yeah,
I wish I was
gonna get
fucking
faded at
unemployed,
the fishing spot.
I want to be unemployed and play that just 24/7 when it comes out.
Game's so good it makes you want to be unemployed.
I might actually just fucking quit my job in November. Or the GTA 6 and then December all this shit.
All I'm saying, I'm scared for you, especially where I'm like, bro, as a newborn, works a full-time job, dedicated husband, and an Ocarina of Time remake in GTA 6 is coming out in a few months, and bro, you have so much leave. I'm like,
Yeah, that. I'm taking some unpaid leave.
and that'll be fairly amidst a separation project thing. So I'm like,
Yeah, that.
also though, I realize, yeah, like that'll still have like the portable element of like, you know, you can play it on the Switch too, like just portable,
Yeah.
like so it'll have the element of dingo. I really, dude, I'm also just excited to see. Hopefully, it's surely very big. Surely they know that it's their biggest Zelda game, or like, you know, in the grand scheme, apart from the Breath of the Wild and that. So I hope they do so much promotional stuff. I'm buying
think so,
every
yeah.
fucking thing. So because there was a whole bunch that I regret not getting when they did the 3DS one. Thankfully, I got the Ocarina and that, but there was a bunch of figures and like certain other things not that I'm like, yeah, I wish I got that and whatever. And with my adult mindset and everything, I'm like, I want to get bloody everything and really scout that out.
Yeah.
So it's going to be awesome to just like see this whole wave of promotion and stuff.
Yeah. I'm bloody excited.
And same for the movie because that's just going to fucking carry out into the movie, like that little 6 month period of time.
Yeah, 2027, first half of 2027, it's going to be very Zelda oriented for you.
Yeah, no.
That's so bloody cool. It bloody exists. Like,
I can breathe and rest easy.
all those fan projects, all those things where you're just like, oh, this would be so cool if they ever did something like this. I'm like, it's happening. It's real. It's bloody. We have proof of it. Until bloody they come out tomorrow and they're like, that was just a joke. We're not doing it. Cancelled.
Yeah, April Fool's trailer, bloody, like that old movie.
Yeah, so 10th of Thingo, 6 months in. Yeah, within 6 months we're gonna have that. Which means like we're gonna get stuff soon. It's not even like that's all we've got for a year. Like we're gonna be getting trailers and stuff soon.
Yeah.
You know.
Because when was GTA coming out again?
November 19th is popping into my brain.
Yeah, because obviously, again, we don't have, like, the release date yet, and they're just like, yeah, we'll talk about it more later. So I'm like, surely that, although how big Ocarina is, this remake, I'm like, surely they're not going to be like, yeah, same week as GTA.
Yeah, I
So-
don't know. I think they could still do November and be fine. Like, Ocarina is a genuine contender for GTA 6. You know, like,
just
especially
under Barbie.
Ocarina. Yeah, exactly. Just under Barbie. That's fucked. I love that man. But, you know, like, it is a genuine, like, competitor. But it's also got the benefit of being a very different audience. Like, not all GTA players in fact, the minority of GTA players like Zelda, and the minority of Zelda players like GTA. I'd say.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, they're not yes, it's competition in terms of popularity, but it's not competition in terms of fan base. So I don't think they're gonna have to worry about that. I think if they're just November or bloody. To be honest, I hope they don't do September. There's enough going on there.
Oh, yeah, that seems a bit early.
Well, that's the thing too. That's also only 2 months away.
Yeah, it's going to be October earliest.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. To be honest, my expectation is just set for December. Bloody full release on our birthday.
Yeah,
that's what I'm expecting. Just because, to announce that with 6 months left of the year, but also confirm that it's this year. It's it's probably going to be very late in the year, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, it's definitely motivated me to keep playing the bloody DS version.
Yeah. Well, yeah, yeah. Bloody hell.
So I'll probably finish that beforehand and then, directly compare it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. And, yeah, because I don't know if you said it in this stream or at the end of, or in between or whatever, but you got to get a Switch 2 now.
Oh, yeah, dude. I won't actually go out and buy one straight away, but I know for a fact Switch 2s are going to go out of stock with this game. It's going to... I mean, look, maybe not out of stock, but, it's going to be... They're going to be selling really quick. Because I don't know many people that have actually made the jump to Switch 2. I know you have because of... what's it called?
Yeah, Hyrule. Yeah, not gonna lie, if I knew how underwhelming Hyrule Warriors was gonna be, I wouldn't have got the Switch 2. I genuinely probably wouldn't have gotten it yet. Because, Mario Kart's fun, I played that. Hyrule Warriors, I'm like, this is a very nothing burger. I'm like, yeah, genuinely, I probably wouldn't have gotten it yet.
So, question then. If they release a special edition Switch 2 for Ocarina, obviously you're getting it. Or the pass me your old Switch 2?
Maybe.
Nah, because bloody... That'd be so cool. Because then you'd have the bloody... You'd have the Ocarina of Time 3DS, the Tears of the Kingdom Switch, and then Ocarina of Time Switch 2, if they do release that.
What 3DS did you say I had?
The Ocarina. Or do you have the Majora's Mask one?
It's Majora's Mask.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That era.
Yeah, and yeah, again, the N64, they did have a gold version. I'm like, why would you not?
I do regret not bloody just snagging that for you in Japan, because I'm like, especially when we went back and it wasn't there, I was like, that's annoying. but
that's right.
Especially for $130, I'm like, shouldn't have hesitated. But yeah, no, surely they'll do something. Something.
Yeah. I don't
Even
think
if
it'll
it's
be
just
like a
Joy-Cons.
Switch Pro just yet or whatever like that.
No, it'll probably just be
would
a
be
skin.
cool, but yeah, like a skin that'll still be cool. You really don't have to do anything too complex. They're doing just a gold texture with a few little patterns in bits.
Well, I wonder if this is going to change the sort of aesthetic. Based on everything we've seen, I'm like, I don't know if the gold and the reds and all that, I don't know if that'd fit it. So, maybe we've seen one location at nighttime and the logo, so who knows? But maybe they switch up the aesthetic and go more bloody little blue and silver. I don't know.
Yeah,
it could get something very different.
Yeah, it just leaves so much up for interpretation where it's just literally there's so little we've seen. It's like, okay, well obviously we know now it can just be this fucking massive thing. So when we get the proper trailer and some gameplay stuff or whatever in a month or two, even though that's only going to be even if it's a 5-10 minute, here's some gameplay and actual whatever, proper trailer and everything, we can get a lot more of a scope off that. Where it's okay, now we know it's going to be 3 times bigger. Because right now it's could be twice as big, could be 10 times bigger. Yeah. Until we see a proper trailer and gameplay something or other, that'll really readjust the scope again to okay, that's roughly what's going to be then.
Yeah.
And with having chewed on that, we know that it's going to be a full-on remake.
I'm looking at the Nintendo thing. They're playing that weird freaking rhythm game that we didn't care about.
Yeah, imagine if they were just playing Ocarina, just like, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, I was just like, I'll check. Maybe they're bloody doing something, but yeah, no, disregard that. Yeah, dude, I don't. What do we? Mask of Dreams revival. Oh, fuck it. But no, dude, I'm definitely going to be playing or finishing. I won't start it again, but I'll finish Ocarina on the DS, and if I can find the time, bloody playing Majoria would be cool. But Ocarina's my priority now. Because it'd be cool to just like directly compare those. Dude, the fucking the graphics comparisons that you like to watch, they're gonna go so crazy for this.
Especially the original game.
Yeah,
Yeah. Again, I also just wonder though, because they do many ports. I'm like, I wonder if in celebration of this, or like a month prior or weeks prior, they will do like a 3DS port.
yeah. I mean, you'd hope so because
Because it's going to be a very different
looks
experience.
fine.
So it's not like, no, it's going
Yeah.
to detract from the remake. It's like, fucking nothing like it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not even regardless of that. Like the original's available on that bloody online version, so
Yeah.
just that's already there. So if you like basically if anyone's like, oh, that's going to detract from it, well, the other one's not. So
Exactly.
it's same sort of thing. So yeah, I hope so. It'd be cool.
Yeah.
Not super necessary because we both have it on the 3DS and it's fine as it is, but it would be a very very good bonus for sure.
Yeah. Exactly. So again, we're definitely going to be covering all of that bloody moving forward.
Yeah, maybe not as quickly, but definitely at all for sure. I don't know how many bloody 2 a.m. podcasts I can do.
Yeah. And bloody, this was unexpected, but we wanted to act on it like ASAP.
Yeah.
Dude, that's just crazy. I suppose, like, thinking on it, what is like knowing the scope of like the remake that's going to be now, or kind of anyways, like you know what I mean. What is the area or like part of the story or like segment of the game or whatever, assuming that it's done like in the kind of way they're sort of thinking, assuming that it's done well in a way that you'd fuck with. What's like the most exciting bit that you'd love to see in this remake? What moment are you most excited to get to? Or area or something?
Pulling the sword out and time jumping for the first time. That could be insane. Like
That could be something.
Yeah. But a whole like stage or dungeon or whatever. The bloody I always forget the names, but the temple, the forest temple with the ghosts and stuff. Yeah,
Phantom
that's
Ganon,
always,
isn't it?
yeah, that's just always been my favorite. I'm like,
Yeah, that Phantom Ganon fight will go hard.
yeah, jumping out of the paintings and like I don't know, dude. Because my one criticism, I keep saying that, like one of my criticisms, I should say, I need to fix my bloody language. For the original version, is a lot of the stuff is pretty slow and repetitive. So if you revamp the combat system, like you can keep it very fresh.
Yeah.
Still keep the core of it, like you gotta bloody go for the eye and. Still the same mechanics to beat each boss or whatever, but varied up a little bit. Like the one at the fire temple always pisses me off because it's just going in circles, then you do the same thing, and then you just keep doing that till he dies. Like it is a bit boring. And then like the bloody tennis, I'm like, you can improve on that for sure.
That's why I'm like, there's so many things they can do.
Yeah, but regardless of everything, like to be honest, like I'm probably a pretty rare breed of Zelda fan where anything they do will probably impress me and be an improvement. An improvement to me, unless they just fully go in an opposite direction. Like if they just like, if he ages up and all of a sudden it's bloody Twilight Princess, I'd be like, what? That's a bit different. What the hell?
Yeah.
But like you said, as long as the core's there, to me personally, anything they do will just be impressive and exciting and fun.
Dude, I realize, especially if they have good voice acting, I'm like, surely they'll keep a lot of quotes, if not most. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah,
some of the bars that Sheik drops are like, that'd be cool to hear if like they do it right
yeah.
with the voice acting and such.
Those bloody the dungeon under the well in Kakariko Village. That's gonna be terrifying.
I'm not touching that.
Yeah. The
Yeah,
bloody the things that the zombies the bloody scream at you and you freeze. What are they called again? It's like my brain doesn't retain any information.
In one of the games they're called Gibdos, but yeah,
Whatever they're
I'm
called, I'm
blanking.
like bloody. They're gonna be terrifying too.
Yeah,
So like
yeah,
they're already scary as it is. I meant that. But also,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I'm so excited.
Who's gonna get feeded with me at the bloody fishing spot?
Yeah,
That's sunset.
no.
Come on.
We need online multiplayer free roam for this game. We need it. Well, I mean, that's actually funny. This will probably get turned into bloody VR chat worlds and shit. So, like,
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, they've done it for the 3DS like very well. Like we've visited that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've expanded that to be the full world because I know like some places weren't.
Yeah, we have to bloody check it.
But I know there was like 2 worlds that we looked at, so I don't know if I'm confusing them. But yeah, like this would be awesome seeing like VR chat avatars and all this kind of stuff and everything. And
Yeah.
I wonder if there'll be any customization to the outfits or something. And surely, I wonder if surely, a game of that quality in this day and age, especially with how easy it would be to do. I wonder if the game will maybe like as a new game plus hero mode thing or something. If they had like a not a texture pack, but like something to make it more to the original, where it's like, all right, you finish the game, now you have a tunic that's just still the modern quality, but just like that's the original tunic, not the extra things on it and stuff.
I don't see why not, because they've done that in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, where you can have other outfits and stuff from all the other games.
It was like
But
50
also,
outfits.
even like Mario Odyssey, I'm like, they have the classic Mario suit in high fidelity, but then they even also, just on top of that, have the Mario 64, like...
Yeah, the
avatar
64 one. Yeah.
So I'm like, there's really no reason why you can't do that for this. Like, they've done it in so many other games.
Yeah. So stuff like that
like,
would be cool too.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I know it wasn't a big part of the thing. Like, you only really changed tunics when you had to, and the rest of the time you would, And same with the shield. Like, you changed everything out of necessity in the original, but I'm like, I wouldn't mind having the, like, option or being at least a little bit compelled to change my appearance because it looks cool, because it's fun, like adding a customization and personalization element to the game. It's not necessary, but it would be really fun, just to be like, oh, bloody, it's fully how it is, but I'm playing as like a high fidelity classic green tunic Link, because it's such an iconic outfit as well. And yeah, I don't know, like it'd just be so cool. They could have like basically a filter, quote unquote filter. I know it's more than that, but what game did it recently? Basically, there's like 2 lighting options you can switch between, where it's like modern and classic. Where it's like the classic one, it's still the same like graphics and everything, but it changes the lighting and the color scheme of everything.
The San Andreas thing added that mode later.
Yeah. I'm like, something like that could be cool, where it's like, maybe like if Kokiri Forest is sort of this moonbeam, bloody blue haze rather than the green misty like swamp bloody forest thing or piss filter. I'm like having the option to switch between the two, where it's like classic lighting, and it switches back to those sort of aesthetics with the modern graphics to keep everybody happy. Because like I'll take whatever they give me, but I'm like, just adding that one option where it just changes the lighting, I'm like, you could keep everybody happy. And I don't know what they're developing it in, but I'm very familiar with Unreal Engine just because of work and everything. And I'm like, that's easy to do. If they are using Unreal, I don't know if they are, but it's an option. So something like that. That's like, I don't care if they don't have that. Like, I don't care in the slightest. But that's like a little low priority wish list. Would be really cool to just be like, hey, classic lighting.
Yeah, and kind of thinking on this, I'm just like, listen, I want Twilight Princess remaster and like still a bunch more ports to the Switch with some enhancements and stuff like that. And obviously, I'm looking forward to the next mainline Zelda game. That'll be a whole new direction. Very curious to see where that will go. But because with all these directs, I'm like, oh, Zelda 40th anniversary, this kind of stuff and everything. But now that we know, yep, the Ocarina thing is coming by the end of the year, and then we have the movie towards the middle of next year. I'm just like, listen, it'd be awesome to get all this extra stuff and everything, but I'm like, I'm sad.
Yeah.
I'm like, the movie, that's a while away, but that'll be very exciting to look forward to and a very different thing. This Ocarina of Time remake, I'm playing that 10 times and bloody, and that's not far away, so I'm like, because the last couple of things, although that's filled in the void of time, I'm like the Hyrule game again was a bit of a nothing burger, and the Echoes of Wisdom, I'm like, it's just not my favorite style of Zelda game, so I'm like, kind of a bit hungry. And also, like, even how much I love Tears of the Kingdom, I'm just like, this is a lot similar to Breath of the Wild, and it's also just not the classic Zelda formula. So I'm like, my hunger for the classic Zelda formula, the epitome of that would be a remake of Ocarina of Time. I'm like, all right, I'm eating well then. People that are complaining about not having the classic stuff, I'm like, yeah, they knew.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. Pokepia's getting an underwater update. That's cool.
And Fire Emblem, Genesis, Xenoblade,
Wii Sports Resort. Let's go.
Anyways, no. Well, but yeah, I suppose that's the bulk of what to talk about there again.
For now, anyway. Don't give it. We will be back.
I suppose I'll give like what segment I'd be like most excited for.
Oh yeah, true.
The Forest Temple, like you said, that'll be a great segment.
It's really a Gerudo. If they don't have jiggle physics on the Gerudo, well, it's not worth
it. Probably just more so. The segment like getting the sword and
I wonder if they're gonna stick like fully to the sages and stuff like, because obviously it's a core part of the story. But, like, are we gonna get the area?
And I wonder how much of the redesigns are gonna be like we know the clothes will be a bit more detailed, a bit more different, whatever. I'm like, is their hair going to be different? Is that going to be like a bit? Are they going to adjust anything like that? Are the Gorons going to look a bit more realistic, or like sort of hopefully the stylization? It looks like the stylization will still be there based on Link. So, But all right. So leading into the end of the podcast, the ending segment. So item of the week.
Mine's about the threefa. Or both of them.
Threefa. I got both of them.
Basically, I'm like, this is the time to show these off. But the
money shot.
Oh, fucking gotcha.
probably need to show it a bit more centered for the way that we crop the video. I tried.
Does this fit your TikTok algorithm?
Well, sure.
Just the 3DS things for Ocarina and Majora's Mask. I'm still yet to play Majora's Mask. Tom got it for me, a bit over a year ago now. But this is definitely motivating me. And then, just the shitty fucking eBay Ocarina that I ordered in like 2017.
I do, and I'm glad we got it in the vlogs a little bit, but I do really miss that time period of when you got a bit into Ocarina and was sort of hanging out here a bunch and stuff like that.
That was fun. What wasn't fun was playing it on the laptop. I'll say that. But once I got the bloody 2DS and then especially the 3DS.
Fucking the equivalent of like my experience with Dune or whatever, but bloody bro played original Ocarina on the fucking laptop versus bloody Switch 2 remake bloody on the fucking 4K TV. Same thing.
Yeah,
but mine is bloody the OG cover.
The OG. Yeah, so what's this? The bloody Nintendo Selects. That always sounds like the PlayStation Hit equivalent.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
No, this is my original case thing and all that from 2011 when I got it.
Yeah, bloody hell. That's crazy. So you got that the same time I was playing Black and White for the first time.
Yeah, 15 years.
That's
I feel a bit bad for you that they didn't do a Black and White thing, but...
Oh, no, that's fine. This makes up for it. Like, Black and White, for me, is... Look, I would love a remake, but if they even think about doing a remake the way they did for Diamond and Pearl, I don't want it. You know? Like, the bloody chibi, flat lighting... No. Like, Black and White has a lot of style, and I don't want them to touch it. That's like the peak of the 2D Pokemon games for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's fine. And this fucking makes up for it. Jesus Christ, that's like this is something I'm going to play more often. You know, as much as I love Black and White, you know, Pokemon games just don't come around too much for me. But dude, I'm sinking hours into this. Hours and hours.
Same. So, thank you for making it this far into the episode. If you made it this far, leave a comment below saying, what should I say?
It's fucking happening.
But it's happening. Say that.
Yeah, let's go.
But yeah, bloody... Yeah, sorry if this episode is not the best quality or anything like that. Again, bloody spur of the moment, last minute.
Like, it's only 2:30 in the morning. But
we literally gave ourselves 10-minute notice.
Yeah, that.
But yeah, dude, I'm gonna rewatch the trailer like with the audio and all. Because I haven't listened to the audio properly. Because like when it was first happening, I was like, I was like listening to it through your screen. No. So, anyways, I'm genuinely, it's happening. I don't want to be cringe or come off like weird about it or anything like that, but I'm like, this just means a lot to me. And so does the movie. There's such faith that I have that I'm like, these should be done right.
You'd hope so.
With what little we know about both. I'm like...
Yeah, well, I mean, that one shot, or two shots we got technically, like, that was enough to give me faith that they're doing it properly, you know? So, we'll see as time goes on, but, yeah, definitely stay tuned for more updates, because we'll be covering them.
Yeah, can you play the outro song on Ocarina for us, please?
Nah, but I'll play something.